Hey, what up guys, ABT Music here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new quote-unquote SoundCloud wave. So there's been a lot of talk about this new SoundCloud scene, and a lot of people have kind of been predicting that certain rappers are going to blow up. Now before I start talking about the rappers, I think this whole new SoundCloud wave is kind of just made up. It's kind of like, oh, it was fun the first time, now let's run it back, but it's never going to be like the first time. Now this isn't a diss to any of the rappers. What I mean is that the wave itself isn't the same as, obviously, like the old OG SoundCloud. Because it's not really the next SoundCloud wave, it's just the next phase in hip-hop. Yes, you can say like an evolved SoundCloud sound. I feel like maybe the comparison is there because right now we're really in a change in hip-hop, which is what the OG SoundCloud is known for. Because, like for example, Yachty was completely different than all the rappers at that time. And just the whole SoundCloud wave in general was just different. That was a whole shift in music because now that's what music is today. Well, not music in general, but hip hop, you know what I mean. Now, some of the rappers that I've heard about from the underground scene is Ken Carson, Autumn, Summers, Young Chris, Sofago, and Jays, but he spells it like with an I or something. Now, one thing I will say is that these rappers, again, the comparison to OG SoundCloud rappers is kind of hurting them and their wave in general, which really isn't fair because all these rappers are still super early in their career. Like, some may say Sofago already had a moment and that he isn't underground, which is fair, but I feel like he's still not fully blown up and he still hasn't followed up with another hit, and he still has time to do that. So Sofago has about like a little bit over 3 mil Spotify like monthly listeners. So if we're not counting Sofago, the average Spotify monthly listeners with like basically everyone I just named is 1.1 mil. No one has passed 2 million, and Summers doesn't even have a mil yet. He's at 800k though or something like that, so he's close. But so I like Young Chris, and some may say he's a TikTok rapper, which I get that, but people consider Jay's a SoundCloud rapper, and his most poppin' song is popular on TikTok. Like, it's a very popular TikTok sound. So I'm gonna just call Young Chris a SoundCloud rapper. But he got known for his part on Off the Leash, and he's also really in that snippet community, so I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of his hype comes from. He also has a song Yachty that goes hard, which I know that song was a popular snippet. Now I recently started listening to Ken Carson because of his new X album. Now this was my first time listening to Ken Carson other than his feature on Yeat's project. His album was executively produced by Playboi Carti, which was a good look for him. Not as big as a feature, but Carti did enough because I feel like this album was for Ken Carson to kind of prove himself, because Carti just ain't handing out features like that. So I listened to X, and it has some songs I like, some songs I don't. It does stand pretty well for not having any features. Like, usually if it's just one artist for so long, it could potentially get boring. So I will give him that I wasn't really bored throughout the whole project. Usually this would be a time for Ken Carson to get some bigger artists on his project, but he stuck with artists in his niche, which he's probably bigger than, to be honest. I could see the project growing on me, but as of right now, it's alright. Like, it's cool. Wouldn't say it's like my go-to listen, but you know, if I'm ever feeling like I want to listen to some new music, that has been a go-to for me. It's definitely Playboi Carti inspired, but understandable because he is signed to Playboi Carti. I see the potential for these artists, and I wouldn't be shocked if these artists have great careers. But I feel like there's not really a need for the SoundCloud label that they are getting. They're just new artists that upload to SoundCloud. Honestly, it's more of a TikTok wave. But for real, TikTok has played a hand in, like, again, some of these rappers popping. Out of those rappers I just named, I feel like the only person that really got out of that circle, so far anyway, is Yeat. Not that Yeat was really in that circle to begin with, but he was considered part of the underground. Obviously, he's way past that now. All those rappers got things they can improve on. Some, I think, got their sound down. It's just a matter of them making a hit, which obviously making a hit is way easier said than done. And another thing is, like, these artists are underground for a reason. Not that their music is bad, but it's just the numbers they're gonna pull. Like, there's a reason why people have respect for underground artists, because yeah, they might not get all the success, but they're still them at the end of the day, and no one can take that away. Now, going back to the hits part, some are in the position to make a hit. They got their sound down, they know what they're doing. They just can't make a hit. They're making music that their fans like, but that's it. Which, that isn't bad at all. Let me just make that clear. But with this SoundCloud wave label, all of them at that time were dropping hits. Whether people liked them or not, you were hearing their music. And the amount of hits that were dropped at that time, you really just couldn't avoid that style of music and how that style has influenced hip-hop now. I feel like the SoundCloud scene was just its own type of movement that can be replicated again. It was just right place, right time. One thing I will say is, as of right now, a lot of these rappers have a good fan base, like really diehard, but that's how most underground listeners are. So we will get to see how their fan base evolves as they grow, but as of right now, their fans want to see them win. There are obviously some other rappers in the underground, but I feel like the ones I named are the most talked about. Like when I think of underground, those are the names that pop up for me, but like I said, I'm not fully tapped into like underground, but I know a thing or two. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna end the video here. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Comment below what you think of the underground scene and maybe pick an artist or maybe put me onto a song. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Peace.